guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. So some of you guys who don't know, I've actually changed my name on, well, not some of you guys, all of you don't know about this except for my Snapchat fam, because I mentioned it on Snapchat. I've actually changed my name from Beauty and Brushes on YouTube. I was searching on YouTube, as a stalker I am on YouTube, and apparently I found out that someone else has the same username that I have, except for hers is like capital letter B and the letters are capital letter B. So I don't want you guys like confusing me for her or her for me, although she's white and black. But you know, I think it's about time I start using my name now, because a lot of people on YouTube now have actually been using their name and they actually feel comfortable using their name. So I'm just like, you know what, let me just use my name and my second name, but all my social media will still be Beauty and Brushes on Instagram, Twitter, and my Snapchat username is different. So I would be changing my YouTube name so that I can bear my own identity on YouTube. So basically today I have a video, and this video is a story time. Landlord from hell. Like Landlord from hell. First of all, let me just say I've never like lived out of home except for when I was in Spain. I lived in a place where I had to get a tenancy agreement and lived with landlords or like those kind of stuff. I've never had to do that. So when I moved to the UK, before I came to the UK, I had to come and find a house and things like that. And when I started, because of my session was starting in January, most of the houses around unis and stuff, student accommodation, everything was taken. They were literally pretty much full. So I had to like look for a place of my own or a room or something where I can share. So I came to UK, I found somewhere, I paid for the deposit. We had a tenancy agreement that was going to be there till next year. January, I'll put if I can find the document, I'll put it here so you guys can see exactly what went down. So I had a tenancy agreement and whatnot. So I moved into the house, everything was okay. The landlord was a living landlord as well. It was kind of pretty far from uni as well. It was half an hour, but I just needed somewhere to stay, you know. And the house was pretty decent. It was really quiet. So I was there for about 2 months. But when I moved in a week later, he told me that he has a friend who's coming from London to stay there for a while, because she just lost a job, and you know, he's a friend and everything. And she was a she. The friend was a she. So I was like, cool, no problem, she can come, you know. So she was there for a while, then she found a job and she was still there, she didn't move out. 2 months down the line, he came to tell me that, well, I have to move out. And I was like, no, then he lied to me, the landlord lied to me and said that, oh, because the council said that they know that someone else is living in the house and they mortgaged the house, so they're going to increase his council tax and things like that. And I was like, you know, the story didn't really add up. So following that, then I started looking for a place to live and everything like that. Then following that, when we were talking about houses and stuff, then he also said something about, oh, his sister's coming to move in, and then he would change it to, oh no, he's moving into the room. You know, everything just starting to make sense. Meanwhile, I had another housemate, and she called me and she said, you know what, because the guy was Indian and she was Indian as well, and I was only Nigerian, obviously, living in the house, and the other girl was Polish. His friend, which turned out to be his girlfriend, was Polish. And she came to tell me that, oh, she wants to tell me something, that the landlord is a liar, that the landlord said to her that, you know, he just wants me out of the house so that his girlfriend can have the room. And that he told her that if I ask her about like moving and stuff, she should say that yeah, she's moving too as well, but she's not really moving, she's gonna be in the house, that the girl just wants my room and he wants me out and stuff like that. So I was like, right, okay, why would you like, anyway, I started looking for a place anyway and things like that. It was really hard because it was like mid-semester, and it was like around March, April. So there won't be really any vacancies like available, because everyone's a student and everyone's around that time. Exams, assignments and deadlines were due in and around that time. I was coming up to April. I noticed that the girl started acting like weird, strangely to me and everything in the house. Meanwhile, the landlord, I gave him the rent, and then once I give him rent, he'll continue asking me like, when am I going to move out? When am I going to move out? And I'm like, wait, I gave you the rent last week, right? Don't ask me when I'm going to move out. When I find a place, I'll let you know I'll move out. I'm not saying I'm not going to move out. I'll move out, but just don't, you know, be persistent about it and, you know, annoy me about it. At the end of that month, I had exams, right? And an incident happened one day. I came back home And no, meanwhile, before that incident, the Polish girl in the house would literally like mess up the kitchen. She was so dirty. She'd go into the bathroom, she would shave like public hair everywhere. She use the toilet, she won't flush, she'll mess up the house, and then she'll blame it on me because the other Indian girl wasn't really around that often. So she'll blame it on me, and me, I hate that. And you know, the guy would be sending me weird text messages like, oh, clean up after yourself, and I'm like, well, it's not me, like I clean up after myself. So you know, you need to find out what's going on. So, you know, she just kept doing different things just to like push me out of the house. Meanwhile, I was still looking for a house to live in. So an incident happened one day. She went to lie to the landlord that I locked her out of the house, and that wasn't true. The day she was talking about, I wasn't even at home anyway. So she lied to the landlord that, oh, I locked her out and things like that, and she was outside for like 2 hours, and then she eventually got in. And I'm like, well, if I locked you outside, how did you get in? Like, you know. And he was like, oh, strange, you know. He never saw anything bad in what she was doing. He was just attacking me, like, you know, in sly ways and text messages and things like that. So on one fateful day, I went to work, I came back home, was trying to get into the house. And you know, if someone leaves a key inside the house, you won't be able to get in from outside. And I was like trying to get in, and this girl was in the sitting room. She was watching TV. And you know, when you can see through the blinds, you can see that someone's in the house. So I was banging on the door, shouting her name, can you open the door, can you open the door? She didn't open the door. She didn't answer me, she didn't move. Like, then the next door neighbor came out and was like, you know, oh, I'm like, the kids are trying to sleep, and you know, I'm banging the door. It's a bit of making it's too much noise. Basically, I was being a nuisance, and I apologized to him. I was like, because I'm trying to get in, but I can't get in. And he was like, someone is in the house, right? And I'm like, yeah, and she wouldn't like let me in. And unfortunately, I didn't have a number. So another neighbor was walking by, and he was like, am I alright? And I explained the situation to him, and he kept like trying to like get her attention to open the door. She would not move. Like, we banged on this door for ages. She would not move. She was there having a cup of tea. She wouldn't move. Like, so the guy now went to take a torchlight, and he was flashing it on from the exterior of the house. So you know, if a burglar wants to burgle, like that kind of like flash, you even want to like move that. Oh, who's there? This girl did not move. She heard us screaming, banging, shouting. The guy was now like, okay, I'll follow him to the house that because he works with the housing association. So he told me to come into his house. So I went into his house, and we called the police. The police gave us a case number. We did, and then they were like, oh, at the end of the day, anyway, the police in UK are useless anyway. They're like, they're not going to come, that, you know, I should go and rent a hotel, and then the next day I could take it up with the landlord. And I'm like thinking, rent a hotel after I'm paying rent, with whose money that would I go and enter like hotel? I was like, you know, I was so angry. So the guy, and this was like, and I had exam. Now this is another thing. That day the evening that incident happened, I had an exam the following day. Now, so he was like, well, you know, then he was like, okay. Then I called one of my friends, and he was like, he's going to, that I should come to his house, that I can stay over in his house and things like that. So we're not going to go. And the guy was like, actually, let him just go and try and see if he can get in. And he literally took my keys, and we put the key in. The light was off at this stage. This girl has gone to, she already left the steering room, and then I got in, and I was like, oh my god, this was like around 12 a.m. already. And then I went in, and then I could hear her on the phone, and then I went into her room, and I knocked on the door, and I was like, why did you lock me out of the house? Like, don't you think that was a bit rude? Next thing I heard was, I didn't have the key, I didn't lock you out of the house. And I was like, what? It was like, oh, the landlord had the key, the landlord said I should not open the door for you. I was like, what? Being a typical Nigerian girl, Yoruba girl, I went mad on the spot. I would not lie. I then started shouting at her. I was like, how dare you? Why did you lock me outside? You know, like, yeah, you want me out, but you don't treat me like this. This is bad. Like, I was venting. Like, guys, I was properly venting. This venting was for real. So then next thing I knew, she turned around. She now threw her phone. She threw her phone on the wall. Then she now screamed. She went outside. She now screamed. She's not screaming around the house. She's like, I want to kill her. I want to kill her. That's how this girl just turned this whole thing against me, that I want to kill her. She now started screaming, I want to kill her. Help, 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 help. And then I was like, I'll put in a clip. I recorded some bits. I'll put in the clip. Why did you lock me out?
Please let me out.
Why are you going? Go and tell stop. Why did you not let me inside? Tell me why. Tell me why. Me kill you.
Don't ask me.
Kill you. Yeah, so I asked you, why did you lock me out? Why?
I didn't know.
You didn't know. And then She ran out to the back door, jumped on the fence, and was screaming at 12:30 in the morning. I want to kill her, I want to kill her. I was like, what's your problem? Why are you screaming at night? Like, I didn't do anything to you. You were the one that, locked me out, and I'm asking you a question. Like, I was like, what? That's how all the neighbors just gathered at 12 a.m. They had to call the police. The police had to the one that came to the house to actually carry her off the fence. And she said I was going to kill her. Are you that, like, I want to kill you? I was just like, girl, you're mad. You're on some next shit and crazy stuff, man. So the police came, they took my name and my number and this stuff like that, and they advised me that, I have to like leave as soon as possible because this girl's crazy. So as if that incident was not even worse enough, I had an exam the following day which I could not even concentrate because everything went down like crazy. When your brain is hot, you can't concentrate. I just didn't even bother. In my mind, I already made up my mind that, Simi, you're going to fail this exam. Like, you're going to have to repeat it. That was what, when you make up your mind that because of this had happened, you're going to have to repeat the exam. So I was like, no, I'll go and write this exam, and whatever happens, if I fail it, I fail it. I'll write another one. There's no harm in it. Like, so as if that was not bad enough, the next day I was about going into the exam writing to write the paper. I just got a text from the landlord saying that he needs me to leave that weekend. I'm like, that ain't happening. That ain't happening. As a landlord, you came back from work, you did not even call me to say what happened, or want to hear my side of the story and things like that. You are accusing me with her as well that I was going to kill her. You know what I mean? I was like, no, like, you can't just kick me out of that. I said I'm going to leave, but when I find a place I would leave. And it was like, well, I need to give me time when you're going to leave. And I was like, whenever I'm ready, I'll drop your key for you, but have my deposit ready. Fast forward to after the exams were over. No, then the day after my exams were over, I got a call from the police saying that there's a girl here saying that I tried to kill her, I'm threatening her and everything. I was like, sorry, I just finished writing my exams and I'm kind of sleeping at home right now. I don't know what she's talking about, And the police on the phone was like, she sounds a little bit deranged, a little bit delusional, that I should, as they said before, try and leave as soon as possible. And I was like, no problem. So I spoke to one of my friends, my very good friends, and he had a friend who was looking for someone to stay because she had financial issues. And I was like, I went to view the house and I was like, okay, fine, I would leave and things like that. I would move into that place. So I left the other guy's place. I left within like a couple of days because I just wanted to leave that place, because if someone can say that kind of thing against you, I don't want to know what's going to happen if I stay there further. So I packed all my things, I up and left. So I moved to a place closer to uni, like literally 5 minutes away from uni. I moved there, and the girl I moved in with, she was Nigerian as well. And let me just say that did not go down to well, because the second day, as soon as I gave her the rent and deposit, which was £700, she said she wanted me out. And when she said she wanted me out, that took me back to drawing board. So I had to start looking for a house all over again. And when I found the place, which is where I am currently now, right now, it wasn't going to be ready until like 4 days after she told me to leave. So basically, when I told her that, oh, I was going to leave 4 days, she was like, why didn't I tell her on time? And I'm like, well, you only gave me like 2 weeks. You only gave me 2 weeks notice. I'm like, if landlord wants to give you notice, I think they are entitled to give you a 30-day notice. You only gave me 2 weeks notice to leave your house, but I found the place within 2 weeks, but it's not going to be ready. So why the force? She was not like, well, you're not going to live in my house for free, this and that. If I find her own WhatsApp chat as well, I'll put it here so you guys can read everything. So she was not like, she's going to deduct it out of my rent and everything. I was like, yeah, deduct it, and whatever is left, you can have it. Meanwhile she deducted 150 because I stayed an additional 4 days. So she deducted £150 because I stayed an additional 4 days, and she gave me back £200. And I was like, cool, no problem, because I'm not paid like that. I'm not going to fight you over anything. She was really horrible to me. And I'm not even going to get into her own story, because the person who introduced me to her, I really respect that person, and I'm not going to really get into that story. But my experience in UK with landlords, except for where I am right now, the landlord is really nice. He just goes about his own business. He's not really around. So far you give him his money, he doesn't even give you like, oh, pay me on this date or anything. So far you pay by every month, chicken, or that's his own business. And the room is really, really nice. So I've had horrible experiences with landlords so far, and I hope this one is the right one. At least if I'm here till next year when they kick us out of the EU, then I'll carry my bags and go, because I still need to stay here for like a few more months. Like, so until then, I really hope I don't have to move anymore. But I've just had a horrible experience with landlords and landlords that are from hell. Like, my suggestions to anyone coming to UK, or if you're living here and you want to look for a house or anything, is that you just go through an agency. Just fuck out the extra £200-300, go through an agency, get a contract, and live happily ever after. That was the mistake I made, and that was because my academic session did not give me the room to get a contract. I'm looking, let me just get a house on my own. That's why I did what I did. But anyway, I've learned my lesson. Sure, next, because this where I am now is contracted. We have agreement, is legally binding. Parties are signed to it as well. So yes, I think I'm good now. I think I'm good. Once beaten, twice shy. You know what I mean? So basically, that is all I wanted to share with you guys today. A little bit of story time. I've just been through the worst. What's the worst that can happen now? I don't know. But anyway, thank you so much for watching, guys, and don't forget to like, comment, rate, and subscribe. And I'll talk to you guys in my next video.
Remember the time we had they play around, they call me your body more. I never thought that I'll ever fall in love. Thank God, girl, I found you. I go further, say you feel fry plantain. What else can I be finding in a baby? Be my little honey and love me all the time.
Honey in the morning, ah oh. Honey in the evening, ah. Honey in the morning, honey in the